Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Furious 7. Let's get into it. Furious 7 is directed by James Wan, written by Chris Morgan, based on characters by Gary Scott Thomas, produced by Neil H. Moritz, Vin Diesel, and Michael Ford Trell, cinematography from Stephen F. Winden and Mark Spicer, edited by Christian Wagner, Dylan Highsmith, Kirk Morey, and Lee Folsom Boyd. Music by Brian Tyler. Production companies from Original Films, One Race Films, MRC, and China Film. It is distributed by Universal Pictures. Released on the 3rd of April 2015, and then in the US on the 3rd of April 2015 as well. The runtime of this movie is 137 minutes, so that is 2 hours and 17 minutes. The rating of this movie, in New Zealand it is rated an M, in the US it is rated a PG-13. The genre of this movie, it's an action, adventure, crime film, thriller, and a mystery. Plot. After defeating international terrorist Owen Shaw, Dominic, played by Vin Diesel, Brian O'Connor, played by Paul Walker, and the rest of the crew have separated to return to their normal lives. However, Deckard Shaw, played by Jason Statham, Owen's older brother, is thirsty for revenge. A slick government agent offers to help Dom and company take care of Shaw in exchange for their help in rescuing a kidnapped computer hacker who has developed a powerful surveillance program. The cast of this: Vin Diesel as Dominic Toretto, Paul Walker as Brian O'Connor, as well as Caleb and Cody Walker, who played Brian O'Connor, Dwayne Johnson as Luke Hobbs, Michelle Rodriguez as Lydia Ortiz, Tyrese Gibson as Roman Pierce, Chris Ludacris Bridges as, of course, Tish Parker, Georgiana Brewster as Mia Toretto, Digimon Honsu as Mose Chikant, I forgot to say it, Natalie Amell as Ramsey, Kurt Russell as Mr. Nobody, and Jason Statham as Deckard Shaw. On October 21st, 2011, the Los Angeles Times reported that Universal Studios was considering filming two sequels, Fast 6 and Fast 7, back-to-back, with a single storyline running through both films. Both would be written by Chris Morgan and directed by Justin Lin, who had been the franchise writer and director, respectively, since the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift. On December 20th, 2011, following the release of Fast 5, Vin Diesel stated that Fast 6 would be split into two parts, with writing for the first two films occurring simultaneously. On the decision, Diesel said, "We have to pay off the story. We have to service all of these characters' relationships. And when we started mapping out all of that, it just went beyond 110 pages. The studio said, "You can't fit the story in one damn movie." However, in an interview on February 15th, 2012, Dwayne Johnson stated that two intended sequels would no longer be filmed simultaneously because of weather issues in filming locations, and that production on Fast 7 would only begin after the completion of Fast 6. In April 2013, during the post-production of retitled Fast and Furious 6, Lin announced that he would not return to direct the seventh film, as the studio wanted to produce the film on an allocated schedule for the release of summer 2014. This would have required Lin to begin pre-production on the sequel while performing post-production on Fast 6, which he was considered would affect the quality of the final product. Despite the usual 2-year gap between the previous installments, Universal chose to pursue a sequel quicker due to having fewer reliable franchises than its competitor studios. However, subsequent interviews with Lin have suggested that the sixth film was always intended to be the final installment under his direction. Critical response. Furious 7 received positive reviews with critics from its poignant tribute to Walker. The review aggregator website Rotten Tomatoes reported an approval rating of 81%, with an average score of a 7.70 out of 10. Based on 281 reviews, the highest rated film in the franchise to date, the website's critical consensus reads, serving up a fresh round of over-the-top thrills while adding unexpected drama heft. Furious 7 keeps the franchise moving in more ways than one. Metacritic, which uses a weighted average, assigned the film a score of a 67 out of 100, based on 57 critics, indicating generally favourable reviews. Audiences polled by CinemaScore gave the film a grade of an A on an A+ to an F scale. Now on to my thoughts. I thought Furious 7 was an awesome movie. This is probably one of my favourite movies right now, just because it's fun, just because it's a fun time, and I loved everyone returning, and it's sad to see that this was the last movie with Paul Walker in it. But yeah, I love Jason Statham as the villain. He was great, and yeah, that's really about it for me. Bad and disappointing, I think for me this movie does have one tiny problem, and that would be the start of the movie. I felt like it started a bit slow, and I just wanted it to be a bit more faster. But yeah, that is it for me. Final thoughts. I think Furious 7 was an awesome movie, and one of the best in the franchise for me. I would have liked this start to be a little quicker, but yeah, I would recommend you check this out whenever you can, because it's just a dumb fun movie and really fun to watch. For me, Furious 7 gets a 4.5 out of 5 stars, percentage a 95%, grade an A- out of 10 and 9.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching my review for Furious 7. Stay tuned for the Fate and the Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, and F9 and Fast X coming out all next week. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, take care. Peace.